Yeah. On 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all over on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I did it, nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. He mad, up to solid, circle tight, yeah, back to field. Know they on my life, I ain't word, I got rank over there, I got bigger soldiers for me, nigga, watch yourself. Said you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the feel like Jeepers Creepers, say they want some smoke, dog. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them dudes part. If you wanna leave, you can leave. Bless your heart. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show time here. I don't like you well, I got time to heal. They ain't just thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, that mud. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show skills, how I show skills. He bad, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Got a man, circle tight. I heard, I got rape for real. Take over in big, fully focused. Women, that bitch is loaded. Yeah, we unloaded. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking. I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust. Now I'm too clean. Don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby boy. You PK top, dog. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that econ line into a damn tank. I got chopper stash in that attic like they in front. They had that shit on lock until I snapped on them like bolt cutters. You cannot play both sides. Gotta choose your colors. See them throwing that one up with that W. That's my blood, bro. Fine in. I ain't show no mercy. I'm gonna show them boy what time it is. I pop out like Samuel. Got time to kill. Haters when I die, I survived. They let out the dust, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He's nice, but he don't show skills how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got him made. Circle tight, yeah. They want my life. I ain't for real.
What them bitches gotta say? I'm a West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't give a love about what them niggas gotta say. I'm a West nigga till they put me in the grave. Don't say what they say. Hey. Fuck, I can fuck with my sisters, then I got a problem, I'm never gonna miss you. I gotta hang at the air, I got a pit that hanging out the pistol. He say it's corner, I'm just being realistic. I be on them corner posted with the realest. If it's a Sabbath, then we going fishing. I'm reeling them in, that's a God-given mission. I'm really on 10, but I'm stamped in the picture. I get the order, be glad of this mission. Hebrew Academy graduate, nigga. Training, put through the baddest conditions. I fuck with none but the baddest of bitches. She righteous, submissive, she glad to be with me. Had that thing proven like Batman, niggas. She know I'm a prophet, she gotta be listening. Disrespect, I ain't having that shit. Tell her go make some business from scratch. She bitchin' the different breed of black men. We don't do the bad thing. I remember back when I was really trapping, trying to get the racks in, selling dope to black men. But now I'm trying to make it straight. Like, forget about my face. We sticking up straight, can't fold us. Too heavy, the world won't hold us. Those on rank, I told. Line up in these ranks, we soldier. You can take that to the pick, we focus on face. Looking at the law, which there ain't no up next. It's just us, nigga, that's that on that. All that weak shit, that ain't no threat. Say you won't beat, bitch, with that ain't no sweat. We with all that. We with all that. Lord called a nigga out work and then called back. Oh Lord. And everything that they stole from us, fuck the shit, we want all that. Them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come on the command and general, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. We unaffiliated with them. I cannot fuck around with fake niggas. We taking ground when we in your city. You better have the women, have the liquor. Keep that bitch on me, please don't but the system. Don't be a fool and be another victim. Say you a goon, you just another Christian. How you my brother, you ain't in here with me. In the gutter, deep down in the trenches. We with them niggas locked up in the prison. Back in Hispanics, Native American, Indian, we ain't just talking shit. But we living in it. We be everywhere, you can't miss it. And we be precious hell, take a picture. With the script, they get some killers. These niggas dripping, they mind blown. Swear business, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't think they pause when niggas say that they be looking for niggas to slide on. The slide that I know about is when I send with the Glock with the slide for real. I get the order, you know that this slaughter. See me, it's gon' die. Figure better for king. You niggas get wet about me cause of my reputation. My niggas won't let up, got choppers, got 9s, AKs, but brothers, you say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with what me and my nigga like, bitch, or whatever. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with what me and my nigga like. Them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come on the command and general, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. They always ask us like. Why y'all fuck with such and such? Why y'all won't come together such and such? I be like, we unaffiliated with them. You understand me? Like, niggas be out here on some weirdo shit. And to be honest, that's why we unaffiliated with them. Hey. That's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. Oh. See you in the hell, gotta stay alive. Don't have her on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess what my round? They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me when it head. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round here spin shell. Same nigga you put on to hit the stand and tell. How the fuck you turn your back on a nigga that love you? Treat your kids like my kids, treat you like a brother. I told my dog, let's leave the streets to serve the most high. He said, fuck that shit, he trying to sell another pie. His daddy killed him, put him in the trunk, set him on fire. His wife was pregnant, he ain't never get to see his child. Had me thinking to myself, what happened if I die? Look my babies in the eyes, I gotta stay alive. I put my ego on the shelf and my pride to the side. I'm with some niggas who gon' step and got God on their side. Got in the ISUPK, they keep asking me why. As I do the work of the Lord, I gotta stay alive. Face the east, pray alive. I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
You ever pump a pack with a snake by your side? Yes, I did. See a man reach out to God before he died? Yes, I did. I know the Lord forgive us for these sins, but I'm starting to think the kingdom of heaven is for these kids. I told my daughter, there's one man in your bed, I won't stand for less. For my son, I hit your head on that fragile legs. I lost some niggas to that dope, I lost niggas to the feds. Remember Jono tried to stick me for that cheese on that bread, yeah. I was stuck in with Lucky. Yeah, that nigga left me for dead. Endured to the end. Cause I was running them streets, but the truth made me a man. Shit, I don't really speak, cause she'll never understand. That's why I ain't even tell her about these voices in my head. I'm still trying to manage my anger like Uncle Craig.
I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man, and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas. Yeah, see what my round. They play my niggas, lay you down. They all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
I got you. The bathroom. It up. Look.
The city eyes, it's time to folk off. My God, a real nigga. You went no fall. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shotty in the closet by the ball. Fuck what they heard, but tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation falls to you fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. Fierce taste sweet, told him make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Child become a man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evans to a mall quad, telling me how the crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Focus out, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel it pain, cause nothing is the same now. Never like shine like into a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no plans. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantulas. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really see profits under this banner. Yeah, make my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I want it black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty to handle. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo. Spirit Asian, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they want, I cut through they seeds like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yaradon, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember, I dropped twice, gone. I've been gone never since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
Salakia, Shalom Israel. This is Officer Nataziyaba Mouth with the ISUPK coming out of 1 West, Harlem, New York. I'm going to be holding down tonight's ISUPK Mexico class, scripture breakdown. You understand? Tonight's title is Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Unite or Die. You know, this is a very, very heavy topic, especially what's going on in today's day. You know, you got the white supremacy uprising. You know, they're being reignited with the death of Charlie Kirk. You understand? You know, we got so much stuff happening with ICE persecuting the, you know, so-called Hispanics in America, who are actually the tribe of Issachar, you know, the tribe of Zebulun and the northern kingdom, you know. So it's a lot going on right now with our people, and our oppressor, no matter if we're involved or not, seems to take it out on us, seems to target Hispanics, Native Americans, and Blacks, no matter what we do, no matter how much, you know, kissing up to these people and trying to assimilate to their society that we do, we seem to be the target, no matter what. And I'm here to tell you, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, that the answer is not to want to be accepted by these people, but it's actually to come together with your own. You understand? There's strength when we come together, you know. And I'm also going to be bringing out, you know, who we really are according to the Bible. You know, you've been taught by Christianity that Jesus Christ is a white man. You understand? And you know, automatically we somehow believe, you know, that the people in the Bible are also Caucasian, that the so-called Jewish man, you know, over there in the state of Israel in the Middle East right now is a Caucasian person, you know, a Caucasian race. And that can't be anything farther from the truth. The reality is those people don't belong over there. I mean, they're not melanated people whatsoever. They have no, you know, history or real ties to that land. They don't belong there. Simple as that. You understand? And the fact of the matter is I'm going to be bringing out tonight that the real Jews of the Bible, the true Israelites, are so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's who you really are. You know, so we're going to get straight into it. I'm going to be starting with the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 15. And what this is going to be breaking down, it's going to give you identity markers as to why you are those people in the Bible. You understand? The Bible talks about the curses that are going to, you know, come upon the Israelites for going against God, for leaving, you know, God's protection, right? And any good father, you know, when you disobey him, you know, he's going to kick you out of his house. He's going to turn from you. Simple as that. He's going to allow you to be given over, you know, to, you know, your evil desires, you know, and that's what's happened to us, you know, here in America. And even before we were here in America, the reason why we were taken captive out of Jerusalem, why we were conquered in Jerusalem, it's the same reason. And it's happening again here in America. We've been through another 400 or 500 years of slavery and oppression. And, you know, it's about time that we start to realize who we are and wake up and what it's going to take for us to come back into the good graces of the Most High. You understand? So, as I said, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Hearken is to come near, to listen to. If you're not going to listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes. So what are those commandments? Those are the law, statutes, commandments that he's given us, the blueprint for us to live by. You understand? There is a standard for us. There are morals and principles that lead us culturally as a people. And it's important. It's crucial for our survival and for us to succeed in this land. We're going to have to start coming back to those law, statutes, and commandments. We're going to have to start living the Bible, not just talking about it. We're not, it's not enough to just say, I believe in God and God knows my heart. That's not enough anymore. It's never been enough. Christianity has led you to believe that it is enough. The fact of the matter is it has never been enough. And the men in the ISBK are going to show you an example of what it means to live the Bible, to live these scriptures. You understand? Continue. Which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So we don't want to be magical with this. You want to take all the mysticism and magic out of the concept of curses. Curses are simply a punishment from the Most High. The Most High is punishing his children for being disobedient. It's very black and white. There's no mysticism or magic involved. It's straightforward. You don't follow these law, statutes, commandments, you're going to be cursed. Okay? Excuse me. And the reality of the situation is there's no other people on the planet Earth, right, that are more cursed than Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The truth of the matter is, especially here in America, but this is throughout the world, we are the number one persecuted people on this planet. That's for sure. There has been no other people that have been enslaved to the extent that Hispanics and Blacks and Native Americans have been enslaved and oppressed by damn near every nation, right? The Muslims, the Caucasians. I mean, you can go on and on down the list, and so many different nations have had a part and partaked in our oppression or somehow contributed to our slavery at different points in times throughout history. That's what we're dealing with as a people. And the sooner that we realize that we are one people, that we're one nation, we are the Israelites, then we can start coming together and gaining strength again and being able to have protection of brotherhood and sisterhood, and being able to come back and fall under these law, statutes, and commandments so we can have the protection of the Most High. That's what we want to happen. That's the goal, to bring back the kingdom of heaven. How do we do that? We wake up our brothers and sisters out of this hellhole that we living in. You know, like I said, in America, in the Caribbeans, right? North, South, Central America, excuse me. You know, our people have been living in hell, right? All you got to do is go out your front door and you'll realize exactly what our people are being faced with on a daily basis. We're being hunted in the streets by the police, the people that are meant to protect us, right? The laws are being wielded against us and weaponized against us. Okay? The fact of the matter is we've been being attacked since the moment these oppressors have touched foot on this land in 1492. When Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue, right? The moment he came over here has been a living nightmare. That's what we're dealing with here, okay? And it's still happening to this day. I know you believe that since you're able to walk freely and you don't have chains on you anymore, that you're not enslaved. That's not the truth. The chains are now mental, right? The chains are now spiritual. It's a spiritual warfare. It's not carnal anymore. You understand? But there still is carnal things happening to us. We have drug pandemics in our communities, right? We have the highest population of, inmates inside the prisons, federal and state, right? We're the minority when it comes to the population of America, but we're the predominant, race inside these prisons. Okay, if you look around, it's not hard to see. No matter where you go, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are on the bottom of the totem pole, right? Like I said, in the prisons, okay, in the ghettos, in the barrios, no matter where you go, you're going to see Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans on the reservations, right? I mean, I can go on. And the fact of the matter is that our people are the ones being persecuted together. But the reality is also that we're being pitted against each other, right? So that's what we want to be able to correct here today. Shalakia. I want to drop that, and I want to go to Romans 12, the book of Romans chapter 12, verse 10. So the way we fix this is by coming together again, showing brotherhood to one another. First, you got to realize who you are, Black, Hispanic, and Native American man. First, you got to realize that you're one people being persecuted under the same oppressor. Once you start to realize that, and you can look throughout history that the tactic that they use against us, right, to pit one against the other, light skin versus dark skin, old versus young, this is all throughout history, Jim Crow laws and I forgot the name of that letter, the Willie Lynch letters, whether they're real or not, it is being utilized against us, right? They give us some level of some of our people a level of status and power in our communities, and then that's how they pit us against each other, And I'll be honest with you, it happens on a daily basis. You go to your employment, your job, you're gonna have Blacks and Hispanics hating on each other, trying to one up each other, compete with each other. Or kiss up to the employer, to their bosses who are, our oppressors, just to try to get some brownie points. That's just a small example. And that happens in pretty much every area of society. We're forced to fight each other. We're forced to, go to war over crumbs because of lack of resources, because of the oppression that we're dealing with on a daily basis. We're being driven mad. And now we go to war with our own damn brothers over these crumbs. I don't think that's okay. I think we need to give up on the fact that these people are not for us. That's the reality that we're dealing with. That these oppressors aren't looking to actually help us. They're going to give us just enough to keep us to come back, and just enough for them to wield the power over us to have us be at war with each other. I'm telling you right now, if we come together, there's nothing they can do with us. If Blacks, Hispanics, if every Black, Hispanic, and Native American woke up tomorrow and decided, we're not going to go to work no more. We're not going to go out here and pick your fruits. We're not going to go out here and build your homes. We're not going to go out here and do the fundamental duties that are required to run a nation, because we're the ones putting in that work. We're the ones with boots on the ground, right? But right now, we're being persecuted. Right now, it's the Hispanics' turn with ICE, right? Border control, making us demonizing us, right? But before that, it was just our Judite brothers, right? The so-called Blacks. You had the George Floyd situation, and damn near every other month of the year, you got a brother being shot down in the streets by the police. And actually, we just had a story come out about the brother who just got lynched, who they found lynched in Mississippi. So this is a constant warfare that's being waged against us. Just because it's one time the Blacks and one time the Hispanics, the reality is it doesn't stop. This is a perpetual hatred these people have for us. It does not stop. But we're so downtrodden and beat down that we can't see past go. I get it. When a man can't feed himself, he ain't thinking about nothing but his next meal. So he don't care who he has to go to war with. And unfortunately, the people that we choose to go to war with so easily look just like us. Black and brown people, the people that are suffering, the people that are standing in the public aid lines next to us, the public aid lines that are on the CTA buses, right? In the prisons, on these damn slaveries that pay just enough to keep you above broke. It's us. And that's the reality what we're dealing with. But in the Bible, it also tells about who we are, that we come from royalty. And the way we get back to that is, again, follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. We don't get to just do what we want. We don't get to live the lifestyle that our oppressor lives and think that the Most High is going to be okay with it. He chose us to be a separate and holy people. Holy means separate. He chose us to be above every other nation. I know you don't want to hear that. I know Christianity has indoctrinated you to believe that everybody's equal and God loves everybody, but that's just not the truth. Ask your Christian pastor, right? Or your Catholic priest to show you that in the Bible, to show you that God says we're all equal. John 3:16, that God loves everybody. God loves the world. That's not talking about everybody. That's talking about Israelites. The Bible is the book for the Israelites. That's it. Point blank, period. Okay? These laws, statutes, commandments were given to us. The covenant is with his children, the Israelites. Let me get into these scriptures. This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 10. Be kindly affectioned to one another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another. This is how we come back together. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. This is how we make things right. I get it. I understand, man. We done did a lot of messed up stuff to each other throughout the generations and this hell that we living in America. I mean, from at least the 70s, 80s, 90s on, as far as I can remember, from me and my parents' time, I get it. A lot of our people have been at war with each other, but there's been a time that we were allies. There has been a time. During slavery, slaves would run to Mexico to seek freedom. Wars were fought by the Mexicans against America to protect those freed slaves that made it to their land. Time and time again throughout our history, we've been side to side, going to war with each other, allies, battling this oppression together. In 2025, we need to get back into that spirit. We need to bring ourselves together. Zephaniah 2:1, gather thyself together, O nation not desired. Who's the bottom of the totem pole? We are. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We're the nation not desired. Everyone wants to be like us. That's for damn sure. Everyone wants our swag. They want to dress like us, right? They want to talk like us. They want to dance like us. They want to play sports like us. They want to cook like us. Okay, nobody cook like a Black, Hispanic, or Native American. That's for damn sure. Right? So they love our cultures. They want to hijack our cultures, but then they want to oppress us and demonize us. That sounds like a damn devil to me. Someone who's willing to steal from you, kill you, rape, rob, and pillage, and go to sleep at night with no qualms. Right? That's who we're dealing with. That's the type of enemy that we're dealing with. Don't give these people any compassion. Don't allow them to smile in your face and stab you in the back. That's what's been happening for hundreds of years now. America has broken every damn treaty with the Native Americans. And you somehow think that you're going to be able to vote your way into equality with these people? It'll never happen. It'll never happen. Somehow you think that if you get enough Black or Hispanics into political seats, that we're going to somehow get some power to change the laws around here. Trump's showing you right now he don't care about those laws. Trump's showing you right now he don't care about your freedom of speech. He doesn't care about none of those, you know, the Constitution, the laws that have been set in place. The First Amendment, Second Amendment, he don't care about none about that, man. He got people in position, and he's putting plays into work where he don't got to worry about that. He's just going to go to the Supreme Court. They're going to override some stuff, and he's going to get to do what he wants to do regardless. Stop thinking you can vote your way in to somehow being safe with these people, somehow being accepted. You should only be seeking acceptance from another Black, Hispanic, or Native American man and woman. When we going to start putting in our brick and working together? When is enough going to be enough? When are we going to realize it's too important for us to stop fighting each other? We don't have much time. If it wasn't for the mercy of the Most High, we'd be completely destroyed already. The power that these people have over us. So what is it going to take? It's going to take you to love that Black man again. It's going to take that Black man to love that Hispanic man again. That Native American to love that Hispanic again. It's going to take you to stop hating yourselves. We out here killing each other, man. Like no tomorrow. Fathers, sons. And now you got, man, just droves of women being shot down in the streets. I don't know how it was a couple decades ago, but I haven't seen that growing up. Now, 2025, every damn day it's another woman being shot down in the streets. So this is not an exception to the women anymore. We don't get to keep living the lifestyle that we live in and thinking that we're just going to escape through. That's not how it's going to happen. There will be consequences. Let me go to some of those consequences for you. It's the book of Deuteronomy. Slakia, chapter 28. And 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. So Egypt, in this context, is a synonym for captivity, for bondage, right? So this is talking about the Lord shall bring us into bondage again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. The fact of the matter is no other nation throughout history, you cannot find it nowhere else other than transatlantic trade slave that started with the Hispanics, the Taino Indians, and the Native Americans. And then it went into the blacks, the Judites. No other point in history can you show another nation being brought into slavery onto ships. This is you that this is talking about right here. There's no one else that this is talking about other than a Black, Hispanic, and Native American man. Thou shalt see it no more again. That means we ain't never going to be back in Jerusalem again until Christ returns. Those people in Jerusalem right now, those are not the true Jews. I mean, you could tell. You could just look up and see. They got to wear them big black hats and them big black coats because they can't be in the sun. All you got to do is Google it. They don't even come out in the daytime because they get sunburned. They're dying of skin cancer over there. And people don't belong in that land. Stop being so simple-minded. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemy for bondmen and bondwoman, and no man shall buy you. So the word buy is an old Quaker English word for redeem. No man shall redeem you. Right? So the beginning of slavery, we were over here being tormented, tortured, and terrorized, right? And we still have not been redeemed. People seem to think since 1865, the Emancipation Proclamation somehow freed us. No, they just started dealing with us in a more cunning manner. They realized that we were so beat and whipped like whipped dogs that they didn't have to have the chains on no more. They could take them off. They could take them off. And that trauma that's been embedded in us will follow us throughout generations. It's time for us to fight against that. It's time for us to come back into these law, statutes, commandments so we can gain our power again. So we can gain that righteousness. So we can be the royalty that we were meant to be. It's time for us to be in rulership again. There's only one way that happens. Only one way. There is no shortcuts. There is no doing it your way and thinking somehow God's going to give you a chance. No, it's not going to happen like that. If you want true rulership, if you want to bring back the kingdom of heaven, you're going to have to get down with the program. And that's follow Christ. That's it. Christ said to be perfect. He didn't come to do away with the laws. He came to fulfill the laws. So that's what we're supposed to be doing right now. You can't be eating shrimp, crab, lobster. You can't be celebrating your birthdays and Christmas and all these pagan holidays because that's serving another God. That's being disobedient to the Most High. He said there's no other God but him. You out here chasing a bag, that's serving another God. Money's a tool, that's it. But if you're willing to sacrifice your morals and principles and go against the Most High's commandments for some money, Lord be with you. We'll see how that works out. But there's a reason why we can never truly prosper in this land unless we have the Most High with us. No matter what you do. I don't care how successful you think you may have gotten or what level of riches you might have been able to obtain. It's going to end in a burning fireball. Look at all these so-called successful celebrities, and business people that later on in their career and in their life, it all comes crashing down because the Most High is he's going to give you that to make you an example. He's going to make you, attain this level and he's going to come crashing. It's going to come crashing down. That's it. So it's time for us to come back to these law, statutes, commandments, man. It's time for us to gather together. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull that up. Zephaniah 2:1. Bear with me. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired. Man, I can't say this enough. What it's going to take for us to come up out of this hellhole is for us to be one people again. The Christian church tells you could be a Muslim, you could be a Buddhist, you could be, LGBTQ. It doesn't matter where you are. They tell you to come and join them. That's not going down here. In the ISUPK, we have standards. And those standards are set by the Bible. That's the blueprint for Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We're following the rulership of our King Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And he's following the laws, statutes, and commandments that have been given him by our Father, the Most High. There is no other way around it. There is no making our own rules to make us to fit some magical picture in our head that everybody's supposed to be saved. That's not what the Most High says in the Bible. All you got to do is pick it up and read. But it's not enough to just pick up your Bible. You got to be taught. You got to be taught by righteous men, by prophets, ordained by the Most High. And the only place you're going to find that is in the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. under Commanding General Yohana, who's been ordained by our King Christ. That's where you're going to find it at. Go to isupk.com, find a school near you, and get into class. If any man wants to be a trooper, get an all-black headband, shirt, pants, and boots, and get into class. Put your 90 days in, get your Hebrew name, and start putting this work in, man. Come build your people up. That's what you're meant to do. You're meant to be a warrior, a soldier. Women, you're meant to bear soldiers. You're meant to support us. You're meant to lift up them young sisters who are looking up to you, who need guidance, who are just as lost as the men, if not more, because they don't have righteous men to guide them either. We got a long way up, a uphill battle, but we can do it. You know why? Because the Most High said it's going to be done. So it depends on us how long it's going to take. As long as we want to remain in this position and condition that we're in, that's how long it's going to take. But when we start to get fed up with our own, bull crap and nonsense, then maybe we can start putting in some work and turning this stuff around. With that, I'm Officer Natazi Abamaf. This is ISBK Mexico Scripture Breakdown class. Shalom, Israel.